If summer has felt loud and outward and a little exhausting, all sun and motion and doing, there's a quieter season opening underneath it, and your body already knows the way in. Welcome back. I'm Dr. Lisa, and this is week 4 of June, the inward turn of summer. Water, intuition, and coming home to yourself. Today is about slowing down, getting near water, and the science of why it calms you. Here's something the calendar quietly did this week. Right as we passed the solstice, we crossed into Cancer season. And whatever you make of astrology, the symbolism it carries is worth sitting with because it names something real. Cancer, obviously, the crab is a water sign. Its themes are inward, home, nurture, intuition, the tide that pulls back before it returns. And it arrives at the exact moment summer tips over its peak. And if the season itself is saying, you've had this big outward push, now come back in. I certainly don't teach astrology, but I teach paying attention. And the reason I'll borrow this framework is that it points to a truth your nervous system already understands, that after a long stretch of doing, you need a stretch of being, of turning towards water, of coming home to yourself. And here's where the soul and the science meet beautifully. There's a researcher named Matthew White at the University of Exeter who studies what scientists call blue space, our relationship to water. His teams have run enormous population studies, tracking how people in different environments and how they feel there. And the findings are remarkably consistent. Time spent near water is linked to lower stress and better mood. Sometimes the effect rivals or even beats time in green space. The parks and forests, we already know they're good for us. And it doesn't take a beach vacation, even brief contact. A river, a lake, a fountain, the ocean, a few minutes by the water, even a pool, measurably calms the body down. There's something about water that the human nervous system reads as safety, as slowing, as home. So the inward summer isn't soft and unscientific. It's one of the most evidence-backed forms of rest we have. Now, bring in the questions because the inward turn maps perfectly onto the middle of the staircase. Question 3, care. Why do I care? This is the honesty step and the one we skip when the summer goes loud. We fill the long days with plans and noise and other people's needs, and we never stop to ask what we actually care about underneath all of it. Cancer season, the inward season, is an invitation back to that question. And question 4, pause and breathe. What else should I be doing? At the bottom of the staircase is the still point, and water is its perfect teacher. Sit by it and breathe slow. Your breath will actually slow on its own. The tide doesn't hurry, it goes out, comes back. It doesn't apologize for the part where it recedes. The receding is not failure, it's how it returns. There's a reason water specifically does this to us. Researchers talk about something called a soft fascination, the gentle effortlessness, pulling of moving water, light on a surface, the sound of a tide or stream. Unlike a screen which grabs your attention and drains it, soft fascination holds your attention loosely and refills it. The directed attention muscles you've been clenching all week finally get to rest. That's why 10 quiet minutes by a river can do what an hour of trying to relax on the couch cannot. The water asks nothing of you. It just moves and lets you slow down to its pace. So the inward summer has a literal address, wherever the nearest water is. You don't have to earn it or book a whole trip to deserve it. You just have to go and let it work on you. So this is your permission slip for the inward summer. You don't have to spend every long evening out and doing. Some of this season is meant to be spent quietly at home, near water, especially if you can get to it. Listening to the part of you that only speaks when things get still. That's not you missing summer, that's you finally having it. So here's today's challenge. Sometime in the next day, get yourself near water, any water. The ocean, a lake, a river, a fountain, even a full bath or a sink with the tap running. Stand or sit there for 2 full minutes and breathe. Then ask, what do I actually care about right now? And let the water do the rest. So here's your move. Subscribe so we can keep moving through summer together. Share this with someone who's running on empty. And tell me in the comments, where's your water? The coast, the lake, the kitchen tap? I read every single comment, so let me know and then go find it, because the best summer you'll ever have is the one where you finally got quiet. Go get to the water. And thanks for subscribing. I really appreciate all of my subscribers.